part 3, or welcome to part 3 of Internet Investigations, episode 15. I am your psychedelic psychopomp, Chase Clarence Calloway, and my voice is out. My voice is raspy. I lost my voice because I lost yet another hour and a half of footage. So the first episode of episode 15, part A of episode 15, I already lost an hour and a half there, so you already saw me get upset. I have to process it. I have to do this all again because I'm in heaven when I'm alone, but I'm in hell when I have to share my heaven through this technology because I'm not in control of how this technology translates my space. I can do everything here perfectly as Chase. I can say the most perfect gold. I can just create the best knowledge ever. But because this Masonic technology was created to colonize my time, colonize my attention, and it was built on raping my ancestors because Europeans need to use the creations of Metatron to teach everyone that they are not creative. So this is why now this social media and this technology is actually only focused on consuming your information, consuming your time, consuming your energy, and causing mental health problems while forcing you to spend more money to uphold this system that is only causing climate change by trapping your soul with all this light. They're only spreading more genocide by trapping your soul with this light. So now I have to be here building these videos on a platform that's actively stealing my information by Masons who are watching me and making sure that I don't get out to the people. So now they get to steal all my information. It's basically like I'm talking directly to the Masons who built this technology to steal my energy. And they built this technology from stealing my ideas, from me already stealing, or from me already being myself, and then they steal everything from me being myself. That's why they literally call Facebook the metaverse. So now I'm stolen from myself because of this technology. Now I can't live my life because I just spent 3 hours recording a bunch of videos that you don't get to have because this Masonic phone won't hold my information, because this technology is meant to consume my energy. It's not here to help me create energy. Now I'm beyond angry. Now, like my soul's not showing. Anyone who's saying that your soul is showing is beyond retarded because they can't even comprehend everything that I just shared in the last 3 hours that you'll never see because this technology stole it from me. So now I had to be here repeating myself. But again, I'm not going to do this stuff in the right way because I remember saying it all perfectly. This part 3, I already got over losing the first part. I don't understand why this phone is destroying all these videos. It's like they don't want you to know this or some shit. I'm going through some real ass spiritual warfare where all this technology, all the people who have created this technology have done is steal from me as Mercury. I promise this technology has never given me anything. These phones, these computers, all of their Masonic metal, they can't give you freedom when all they do is steal your time, energy, and attention. And I, as Mercury, am the one that they stole all their ideas to even make social media from. It's just that now they're going to use social media to steal your information. They're going to use social media to make you scared of death so that they can trap you in light and siphon your soul. That's the whole point of Mason's metaverse, so that they can weaponize all the ideas that they stole from Metatron and enslave you on their religious idea or their religious system of what it means to bring heaven to earth, which is really just them enslaving you instead of teaching you that you are supposed to bring your own heaven to earth. They want you to work for them so that you can bring their heaven to earth, and their heaven to earth is destroying this earth. That's why they're literally teaching you that the only way humans can survive this planet that they're actively destroying with their European disgusting Masonic ideas of how they want to project their New World Order into indigenous lands that they rape over and over again. They're literally saying the only way that we can survive their own behavior is if we support them destroying this planet and they go to Mars. That's literally what Stephen Hawking says. That's literally what Elon Musk vibe. That's all these smart people. They're just like, oh, we need to destroy the environment that we're equipped in because we need to go to Mars. They're just really ugly aliens that need to cannibalize you guys. And I cannot believe that I'm going through this spiritual warfare where I can't even keep my information. See, I'm in heaven. I like doing these videos. I like sharing my information, but I don't like wasting my time. And that's all these Masons have ever done to Mercury. All they ever do is steal my information so that they can use it against me to teach me that I'm not me, and then need to use my creations against me so that they can steal more of my energy, because that's how they built their matrix in the first place, by stealing my energy. The matrix does not matter without Metatron. So now they need Metatron to manage the matrix. And this is where now you get the Spider-Man energy of having to hold everything together, but you have none of your own space to stand on. Spider-Man does not have his own space to stand on because he's constantly serving a system where they're shooting him. The police are killing him, but he's making them money. That's literally the difference of white and black people. This is how Masons are teaching you that they want you to act. They want you to uphold their system as they shoot you. They want you to be Spider-Man. They want you to wear a mask. They want you to be scared of telling the truth. So you lie to always protect your family. And now you support people who lie to protect their families, which is how the Jews perceive using Jesus to spread genocide. Because they're saying, well, we're protecting our family because we need to colonize these people under any means necessary. So we're going to justify it with a made-up religion that we stole from Metatron. And now the religion is made real because they use your belief. They use your power. And this is literally how fire and water play out. Now, they can make up all the lies they want. But because they made you connect with these lies, they made you connect with their fire, their new world order desire. Now you're going to use your vibration to make all their ideas real. That's basically everyone on the internet right now, where everyone's spirituality, everyone's connection to their soul is limited by what their ego's aware of. And because most people can't fucking take their ego out of their body and be aware of other spaces, all they can fucking do is regurgitate what the Masons have used their egos to steal from me and transform to something that works for them. So everything that I've ever shared is your liberation process. I'm always sharing information on how you can free yourself from your body. All a Mason can do when they take my wisdom from Mercury is to teach you that you are actually enslaved by your body. So this is literally, there's two fucking options in this world. You either tap into Mercury directly and you know that your mind built your body, or you tap into Masonry and you're taught that your body built your mind. But now they can only sell this with Mercury wisdom because they know that your mind built your body, and they know that you know that your mind built your body. That's the only way you can speak and do anything to express your mind. That's why you can think about all the things that are on your mind, but you have to specifically vibe with them to actually move them through your body. So this is where your soul is your first chakra. Your soul is the wheel of water that's always spinning. That's your emotions. So your emotions are always contained and spinning inside of your own space. But this is why water is always trying to share its emotions with spaces outside of itself. So now this is why water is very chaotic, because spirits that are super in their water energy, they're focused way more on connecting with spaces outside of themselves than inside themselves. So this is why they're always going to create problems for others. Fire, idea, water, problem, air, solution, earth, conclusion. So spaces that are really in their water, like colonizers, for example, they're focused on consuming indigenous lands, stealing all of my Zoroastrian wisdom so that they can twist it into Naruto. So for some reason, this technology does not want me to share with you the last 3 hours of fucking gold, where I'm just super being happy and like fast and giving you all these details, instead of me having to bitch and complain because Masons are stealing all of my time, energy, and attention. And I'm forced to redo what I already did because this technology was only built to consume my energy as an indigenous man. I, as Mercury, have way better technology. All a Mason can do is take my creations and then create their garbage so that they can say that I'm not creative, and now they need to consume my energy with their version of what I already did to make them possible. So now they're going to weaponize astrology against me, saying that I don't know what astrology is and that I shouldn't practice it when I'm the space that built it. And I see them using it to tell me not to practice what I built. These Jewish Masons are so evil. These Christians, they're so beyond evil. I don't have words to actually describe how beyond disgustingly, deploringly, demonically evil the entities, the Masonic men who want to be seen as a Mason who made these religions are behind closed doors. That's why they're evil beyond your imagination behind closed doors. They do the most horrible, horrific stuff behind closed doors. But then that's why in open doors, they have to always look like they're your superhero. That's why Bill Gates has to be here looking like he's using his money to help the Africans that he's colonizing with all these shots. All these white people, the KKK, have to look like they're helping the indigenous people that they're hanging from trees, that they're lynching from that branch, that they're having a picnic, pick-a-nigger around, when they're supporting cannibalism of black people culturally because they had to eat the body of Christ for salvation. That's fundamentally what white people believe. So this is the witchcraft that Masons, Jews have wrapped everyone up in by using the spells to bind your soul. And only I, as Zarathustra, can unbind these spells based on my awareness of it. But now I can't even talk to you openly because this technology is not only stealing hours upon hours, days of my life, because I'm losing so much of the information I naturally share since it won't hold it. But even once I share the information, get out on the internet, it gets shadow banned. And people just don't even see it. And people don't even want to see it because from what I learned in my life, people would way rather consume and lie and destroy the environment instead of take responsibility for their power. I hate so much that I did this all perfectly. I did part A perfectly, I did part B perfectly, I did part C perfectly, and I don't have part A and I don't have part C. I have 3 hours of my life, 3 hours of perfect gold gone, and I have to repeat everything as I'm getting poorer. I am losing money serving a system that is stealing my energy. All because white supremacists invaded indigenous lands and told me that I'm not good enough to be alone with the creations that they are stealing from me. It's so beyond twisted. I really hate being alive here. I really don't want to be here. I really don't like being here. I don't like being in this world. This world, like, people's minds are so colonized. This technology is just further colonizing people. It seems like no one wants to grow and learn or be spiritual. And it's just like I'm forced to fight myself. Where I'm like, what was the point? Why was I called here? Why was I called here to help when I'm not even getting helping? I'm literally wasting my energy. I'm wasting my life. I'm being drained of my time and essence helping people who won't help themselves. That's what it's like to serve the government. That's what it's like to serve the U.S. American government. Everyone who serves the government is someone who's helping someone who doesn't help themselves. Europeans don't help themselves. That's why they needed to conquer the new world by coming into indigenous lands, because they saw that we had all the resources. We have all the systems. We have all the technology. We have everything that they want. So they need to make up Jesus to justify how they steal and rape and murder all of us, to take everything that we made and then turn it into their idea of how we're all one God. And now they can erase all of our indigenous history because they want to be seen as us. And now they're going to wear blackface after eating us and then dance in the music industry. And boom, this is literally all of American European culture. And this is why this technology is stealing my energy. And this is just the fucking hell that I'm in. Because me as a Virgo, hell is when you have to share your body through a structure. That's, again, this is Zoroastrian Zodiac. Wisdom. Your Taurus is your 10, your Virgo is your 11. Your Taurus is your heaven, your Virgo is your hell. So my body is in heaven when I'm alone because I can stabilize my own space. But now my Virgo is in hell because I have to use this structure. I have to use these phones and this computer and these lights and this Wi-Fi system and all this Masonic technology to communicate with you about how the Matrix was built. But because Masons don't want me to talk to you about the history because they're ashamed of everything they've done, they keep shadow banning me and blocking my shit. My YouTube just got striked and I can't upload for a week now because they objectively don't like me talking about the history of how they made their Matrix. They took down a video where I'm just talking about the history of their religion. And they don't want you to know the history. That's why they lied to you about the history. That's why literally we're forced to learn all these lies in school. That's why they can rape us with lies, but then they can shadow ban us when we're sharing the truth online. Because the point of them making the internet was to control us and watch everything we're doing and keep stealing our information so that they can shadow ban us and control us and feel like they're becoming smarter because they can make sure that we never get smart. And that's all these Jewish Masons can do. Steal all the knowledge of Mercury so that they can feel smart by weaponizing it against you. When you would be smarter than them if you knew this, because they're so lost in their desire. They're actually really ugly, horrible, and really dumb, evil, retarded people to think that slavery is a smart way to build an empire. To think that not only you can enslave people, but then you can lie about it. And that's how God works. That's how real love works. See, so this is them just weaponizing everything that they stole from Zoroastrianism, everything that they stole from Hermeticism, so that they can act like they are the good people that you're supposed to support. Because that's the only way they, as evil people, can keep getting support. Evil people have to appear like good people if you're going to keep connecting with them. So this is why it's important to watch out for your spirituality. Understand that spiritually, fire is good, water is bad, because your fire is you alone with God. I literally lost so much of my voice screaming after losing these 3 hours of gold. I'm so livid. Like, this is why anyone who says your soul is showing is beyond idiotic. Like, it's such a stupid, dumb idea. They don't even know what the soul is. Everything that I just did correlated to my soul because I was sharing that information with you through my mind, which was real through the body. But because this structure, because this phone, this Masonic technology chose to destroy all my information and not hold on to the light that I'm putting out, now I'm forced to do it again. That's not my soul. If I could show you my soul, I wouldn't have to say all this again. You would just see everything I already said, and you'd be like, oh, memories. You'd be able to see my memories. You'd be able to see how I connected with space. I connected with space by building all these videos that you'll never see because this structure did not hold on to my information. Anyone who says your soul is showing is a fucking liar. So understand that your soul is contained inside of your hermetic seal because your hermetic seal is your mind. So your mind is your Hermes mode. That's your Mercury. So now you know why your Mercury is your hand seal that allows you to channel the chi through how you spin your chakras. So now this is where your mind is literally how you move chi through what you call a body, air and earth. But the only reason all these hand symbols matter is because of the way that your ego wants to connect with other egos, which is your soul. So that's fire, water, air, earth. I've had so much stolen by these people who are telling me that I'm not me. And all they can do is use my wisdom to teach me that I am not the creator of my own imagination. All because they want to be seen as me so bad that they can only connect with me underneath the premise that I'm not the creator of the ideas that they're stealing from me. And now all these Jews and Masons and Christians can use the mind of Metatron to gain stability for themselves. They can build a Bible from my voice, but they're not going to say that they stole it from me because they're trying to be seen as me. And now this plays out in all the white people that they program. So, I hate this. I really hate it. It's like I'm forced to do this again because this is why I'm here. I, as Mercury, as Metatron, am the only me. I'm me. I'm the only me. I'm the only Metatron. I'm the only space that built Mercury. So I'm the only one that can bring this heaven to earth, this knowledge to earth, this knowledge into wisdom, or whatever the fuck. It's just that's seemingly why I get so many videos of mine deleted. Why this phone, why this technology just gets to like steal so much of my information and give me less than nothing to show for it. I'm poor. I have less energy. I have less time. I have less everything. All because this technology stole what I said and stole all the information that I put out from the last 3 hours, from all these other times that this has happened. It's like I'm not in control of when this phone decides to actually hold on to this video or not. I'm not in control of hell. I'm not in control of spaces outside of myself. So this is why the idea that everyone is one God and everything in existence is one God speaking to himself is a Jew colonizing your space with their imagination. So now everything that they do from that starting point, everything they do from that perspective is only going to be working to project their imagination into you with the idea that you are not the creator of your own imagination. But all they can do is weaponize everything that they stole from me and my past lives to teach me that I'm not the creator of my imagination. Now, I can be here making their imagination make more sense because they stole it from me, but because they're lost in their desire of consuming indigenous peoples and lying about it, of eating children and doing a bunch of sex trafficking, they're never going to acknowledge that they stole shit from me because they want to eat whoever they want. And they want to spread genocide to indigenous people. So now Jesus justifies genocide. If they actually loved Jesus, they would not have created Jesus. They would have just followed Zarathustra and used astrology for themselves. The whole point of Masons creating Jesus is to teach you that you're not supposed to use astrology for yourself and you don't have chakras. So this is why Jesus is the only one who can walk on water, because Jews want you to believe that you don't even have chakras. And that only Jesus can spin his chakras in a way that allows him to communicate in higher vibrational levels. But then they're going to weaponize all of that wisdom in Naruto and Dragon Ball Z because you're like, but everyone should be able to do it. You're like, oh, well, here's anime that we program so that you can worship us. And we're going to use your energy behind closed doors. And now everyone can go to conventions worshiping these characters when they don't know at all what these characters mean or what they represent or anything. All you know is that you're consuming entertainment and that you feel good having the mind of Mercury weaponized against you. So now you'll be a slave to the people who made the Matrix by stealing Metatron's ideas. I really hate being alive. I don't want to be here. That my desire is not to be here. I'm only here because I was called away to live a poor black lifestyle so I can relate with people about being in poverty and about not having money. Because Masons stole all their money from me. They stole their whole idea of money from me. Everything that is their Masonic money stolen from Metatron, and their idea of how they can make money off of what they stole from me is already stolen from me. It's very meta for me. I'm living a very meta life where I'm forced to keep doing shit that they steal from me because I'm the space that they're taking everything from. They wouldn't have it if I didn't create it. So now they can try and use my shit to teach you that you're not a creator, but that doesn't work because you know that you're created yourself to be alive. So the fact that they have to weaponize astrology to teach you not to use astrology is beyond demonic, it's beyond evil, and no one in the universe or the astral realm looks kindly on the US government. That's why I was called here, because this is a whole lawyer case, Mercury v. Masons, where I'm the only one who can hold them accountable based on my awareness. And as CymaTree, I'm supposed to be the champion of nature. So I'm supposed to do what is necessary to get the message out, no matter how many trials and tribulations I face, no matter how much of my wisdom gets stolen from me, no matter how much I get cut down, no matter how many times my TikTok gets blocked or deleted, no matter how many times I have my content taken, no matter how many times I get shadow banned, no matter how many times I get suppressed, no matter how many times I have my stuff hidden from other people, I'm supposed to be here naturally building structures based on how I'm in heaven alone, because I'm expressing myself and bringing my Mercury to earth, bringing my heaven to earth. And now everyone spiritually can connect to this structure when they're ready, no matter how hard a Mason shadow banned it to make sure that you're not happy alone. Because the only reason that Jews and Christians have any religions or any spiritual ideas is because they stole all of their spirituality from Zarathustra. That's why they know about chakras behind closed doors, but they teach you that you need to sacrifice all of your chakras to Jesus, because they want Jesus to represent the solar chakra, your individuality chakra, and they want your individuality to be wrapped up in sacrificing everything that you make, sacrificing your child of God to a government that hates you, that spreads genocide, that justifies how it murders people because these Europeans are not happy alone. So they need to create racism to justify why you're not happy alone. Now, everyone who's indoctrinated by Europeans can look at me and call me black. Now they can call me black. Now they get to justify why I'm supposed to do twice as much for half as less. Or half as much. Do twice as much for half as much. What? Do twice the work for half the credit. That's what we get programmed to believe as black people. White people specifically teach us. I was taught specifically that as a black person, I'm expected to do twice as much work to get half the credit. I was fundamentally taught this growing up by American society, that I'm supposed to live this as a black person. And now white person will always be right because they can do half as much work and get twice the credit. This is literally how Masons have weaponized colors against everyone. So now white people, they get to live a light lifestyle because they get to be seen as everything that they steal from black people. And then black people, they live a heavy lifestyle because they're forced to support white people for stealing everything that they naturally created from being happy alone. It's disgusting. I hate it. I hate it. Like, I'm supposed to love being black because I'm supposed to love that white people had to steal from me. But at the same time, no, I don't want you to have to steal from me and have to take everything that I create to then be happy telling me that I'm not the creator. Like, this white and black shit, this Masonic shit, these religions are so beyond evil and disgusting. This technology is so beyond evil and disgusting. All it's done is steal from me. So now I'm here redoing what I already did. But now this is 23 minutes of me not talking about chakras. This is now 23 minutes of me being super upset about the history of how this technology was brought into my land to steal my time and energy and attention with my own ideas, all underneath the premise that I'm not the creator of my ideas, and now I need to help support genocide and climate change. And this system is going to steal what I'm teaching you about chakras so that they can teach you that chakras aren't real. And now the medical industry is going to use the caduceus of Hermes Trismegistus to literally teach you that you need to use your body to build their structure, not that you built your own body. Not that your body is a structure that you built to connect with other spaces. They need you to believe that you built your body so that you can build their structure. And that's why they need to shoot you up with all these shots. Literally, this one shot's not enough. The shots never end because that's how they're using your body to build their structure. They make endless money causing health problems for you. So now they set up the hospitals, they set up medicine, they set up the whole world. They poison the environment, they poison the air, they poison your food, they poison everything you consume so that the medical industry can use the caduceus to spin their chakras. And them spinning their chakras is them not happy alone. They need to destroy your chakras. They need to pollute your chakras so that you feel like you can only spin properly when you're connected to them. So now this is literally how pharmaceutical companies sell you antidepressant medication while teaching you to sacrifice the idea of fasting and to cannibalize people who do fast. So now I, as Chase Clarence Calloway, am dealing with people who want to cannibalize me and eat me, but don't want to fast because they want to gain what I have gained from fasting for myself, but they don't want to do it for themselves. This is literally the Christian witchcraft that Jews have wrapped all Americans into. Anyone who believes that they're white, anyone who identifies as white in any way, shape, or form, or identifies as black in any way, shape, or form, you've all been taught to cannibalize the children of God and sacrifice the idea of fasting so that you think you can eat all day, every day to be with your space. When in reality, that's getting you even more lost in the people who are providing that food for you. So this is why the government is super obsessed with putting a bunch of toxins and putting a bunch of additives and putting an infinite amount of sugar in their food because they need you to be addicted to what they're providing to trap you in the matrix. If you were not addicted to food, you would naturally follow the walk of Jesus. You wouldn't be able to justify cannibalizing the environment while saying that Jesus died for your sins. So now everything that you do that's evil, you're in this Zarathustrian spell of, oh, well, I'm doing evil things and I feel bad about the evil, but I don't have to feel too bad because I can put my soul on someone else. So that's literally where your soul is showing is coming from. It's literally just someone saying, oh, I can put my emotions on a space outside of me. I'm going to put my sins on someone else. Literally, I'm going to put my problems on someone else. That's the energy. When someone's saying your soul is showing, they're literally saying that they're going to put their problems on you. They're going to put their water on you. And that leads to them killing you. That leads to them sacrificing you to their idea of government because they believe that they're justified in eating everything that you create. So this is the witchcraft. And it's important for you to know that your chakra is your soul. But then this is where your chakra channels chi, so your chakra is your mind. So your chakra is your soul, that's the water cycle. And then your mind is the conscious chi that expands your water cycle out. So know how your soul is contained. When you see a chakra, that is one water cycle. So your soul is one water cycle, but once your soul builds bodies to connect with souls outside of itself, now every body has its own chakra. So this is where you would have to know that I'm sharing with you as Chase that your body, what we call here a body, is made up of a bunch of smaller bodies. That's why you have multiple chakras, right? Like your brain body is not doing the same thing as your heart body. Your heart body is not doing the same thing as your lung body. Your lung body is not doing the same thing as your bone bodies. Your bone bodies are not doing the same thing as your blood bodies. Your blood bodies are not doing the same thing as your nervous system bodies. Your nervous system bodies are not doing the same thing as your genitalian bodies, all your genitals. So this is where all these different bodies have their own individuality and their own individual way that they want to connect and conduct business with spaces outside of themselves. But the purpose is that they're all working together to uphold your consciousness. So this is how you know as a space that you've already created a circumstance where you've manifested a structure that's supporting the way that you can express your consciousness with others. But you know that you have built this structure by working with other individuals. If your whole body, if all these cells were not working together, then they would not be able to support you. And if you did not uphold what these cells needed, drinking water, breathing air, giving them a proper environment, right? If you were not upholding and loving this body, they would not be able to serve you. So it's a balance. You literally have to serve this body so this body can serve you. If you don't serve this body, then you're not going to spin your chakras in a way that can conduct healthy chi. So they stole all this shit from me. Everything I'm talking to you about Kundalini energy, this is Hermes as Zarathustra bringing you the caduceus. And you knowing that your caduceus is your spine, and your spine is a structure that's allowing you to conduct chi through all your cells. So now you can use your snake to go out of your space. You can use your tree to stabilize in your space, or you can use your mind to fly to different atmospheres. That's your Merkaba.
So now you can leave your body here like I do, and instead of killing yourself like I want to, I just separate my mind from my body and go explore a different atmosphere and go back home. I can go back to my heaven and actually separate from this body, be happy alone, and enjoy a timeless existence alone in my space. And then when I come back here, I'll be refreshed. It'll feel like I killed myself. But now it's not like I actually killed myself. I didn't lose all my progress in this game, right? I didn't lose the last 25 years of my life. That would be horrible. All because I let Masons get me down because they stole hours upon hours upon hours of my life. Yeah, like fine, they stole years of my life. That was school. They stole my whole life. They stole all my creations. Masons stole everything from Mercury. And I built this body to show you how that happened. And I'm just sacrificing myself every day to people that built a system that needs me to sacrifice myself to them so that they can have something to eat behind closed doors. So now they have all my videos, they have my shit behind closed doors, and they're constantly eating my wisdom and using it to teach you that you need to eat other people and that you shouldn't be happy alone. When if you got my wisdom straight from me, you would know that you created the circumstance to eat other things based on how you're creative. So now you know that when you're fasting, you're actually eating your thoughts, which is allowing you to create your thoughts. Because really, you're eating your water and your fire so that you can create air and earth. Instead of you feeling like you need to eat air and earth so you can create water and fire. Because that's how Masons have flipped everyone. And the balance is, yeah, you're supposed to get energy from your environment. But again, we know that the US government has destroyed nature. They've destroyed the plants. They destroyed all these vegetables. And they've used the Industrial Revolution to consistently pollute and poison all of our food. So now they can cause health problems inside of us constantly just by teaching us that we need to eat every day. So now what we're eating isn't even healthy for us, but the whole point of us not walking the path of Jesus is so that we can't walk on water. We can't use our own minds to communicate in higher levels above the chaotic emotions of everyone else in the simulation. So this is witchcraft that they have everyone wrapped up in. And it's important that I'm here not letting them get me down based on how they steal everything from me and waste my time. I have to just keep doing more because I, as a black nigger named Chase Clarence Calloway, am forced to do twice as much work to get half as much credit as the white people who steal my creations. And then they do half as much work to get twice as much credit. I'm literally going through that right now. Like it's happening on a governmental level and it's happening on a personal level for me. So this is my life where I, as Mercury, live out the black energy of creating the knowledge, creating the wisdom that white people are stealing to build their knowledge. So me as a black person, I create the wisdom that white people use to create their knowledge. And then this is where I would let you know that all wisdom is knowing that knowledge is made up out of wisdom. So now you would know that anyone who actually steals from me and tries to do what I do, but from their own space, they're a liar and they can't do what I do from their own space because they're not me. They're not Mercury. They're not Metatron. They're not in the same space or position that I'm in. So they're not coming at it from the same perspective that I am. So they're going to get everything wrong, basically. That's what these Masons have done when I've taught them everything that I'm teaching you. They specifically got everything wrong because they don't want to be right. They want to be white, but being right would be acknowledging that they are spirit. But if they acknowledge that they were a space, that they were a spirit, they would have to take responsibility for their power. Spider-Man shit. They stole all this from me. So they don't want to take responsibility for their power. That's why they actively teach you that Jesus died for their sins so that they can do whatever they want. Now Jews and Christians are justified to spread all the genocide, do whatever they want, because they taught you that Jesus died for their sins. And now they need you to believe that Jesus died for your sins because they need you to relate with them on their level. Again, that's them saying your soul is showing. So and when anyone tells you your soul is showing, they're basically telling you that you're of sin and they can see everything that you're of sin about. But all they're doing, again, is projecting their problems onto you. So now they're going to use their water to kill your fire. They're going to bring you down into their reality. And this is the crabs in a bucket mentality. So this is why, again, in Zoroastrianism, fire is good, water is bad. Water separates you from your space because fire is you alone in your circumstances. No one can see your fire. No one can see your frequency until you feel like expressing it. So I have to put myself in a circumstance where I can use these videos to express my frequency with my vibration so that my energy can materialize as matter in the internet. And now we can all build upon it. None of you can see the processes that I had to go through internally to build these structures. I had to consistently communicate these processes to you. So now we just spent 34 minutes of Chase Clarence Calloway talking to you about how he's had 3 hours of perfect gold stolen from him. Completely stolen. Now my voice is fucked up. I'm angry. Literally, my voice is gone because I was screaming. Oh my gosh. And now I'm forced to literally reconfigure my whole schedule because I have to redo what I already blocked out time to do. This is the worst nightmare as a Virgo. I'm in the worst hell. This is the epitome of hell. For me to block out my valuable time so that I can build structures, but now I don't even get to keep what I spent my time doing. So I had to reconfigure my schedule to remake what I already built, but I can't do it perfectly because I'm literally attached to how I did it the first time. So now I'm over here very pissed off as a Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, because I am attached to how I already perfectly communicated those videos before. Those videos were what I wanted them to be. But now this video is not what I want it to be, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. You see that? So because I want you to understand where I'm coming from, I'm expressing to you all the processes that my soul has had to go through to build this one video. You can't see the 3 hours that I've already given you of gold that to me were way better than what I'm sharing here. Because really this is just me complaining, but I'm making this complaining a knowledge lesson because I'm making it about chakras and I'm making it about how you cannot see the way that I cycle through my emotions until I choose to use air and earth to communicate that to you. And that's very intentional, and that's work. It's not work to be a soul. So this is why your chakras naturally spin. So your soul is your chakras naturally spinning because your chakras are always going to be vibrating at a certain frequency. So this is where your chakras, when you know that that's your emotional water cycle that's always spinning, now you can see why your vibration is always going. Your emotions are always flowing. Your soul is always flowing, and then your body is showing. Anyone who's telling you that your soul is showing is objectively a liar. Don't let them say that because they're wrong, and they're putting all their sins on you. And that's going to lead to a situation where they're going to kill you. They're going to try to kill you because they're saying that you are connected to their soul, which is really them just saying that they want to be seen as you, and they believe that their individuality created you. So now they're going to project all their ideas onto you so that they can justify stealing your ideas. Again, this is how Christians and Jews stole everything from indigenous individuals and justify it by saying that we're all one God that they just made up to steal our land. This is how they get all of you to support genocide. And now everyone's in church supporting genocide because they don't want to be alone in their space. And now everyone wants to act like they're a good person for supporting evil, like the worst evil ever. It's so fucking twisted. I hate being alive here. I hate that I have to do this again. I hate that I lost my voice. I hate that I'm having all my time, energy, and knowledge, wisdom, ideas stolen from me. Also that I can be lack. Also that I can be in an apartment that I can't afford. Also that I can have a phone I can't afford. Also that I can have all this technology I can't afford. Also I can live in a land that was stolen from me by people who can't afford to live with themselves. So now they need to use money that they stole from me to teach me that I can't live with myself. When I love living with myself, that's how I built the Mercury that you're using to teach me that I did not build my body. That's how I built Mercury so that you could have the idea on how the mind works so that you could teach me that I don't have my own mind. That's the only way you Jewish Masonic Europeans actually know what astrology is, because I was already myself eons ago. So now you're going to use my creation to teach me that I'm not me. That's the only way that you can force me to support the genocide of my family and to support the genocide of all these individuals that I actually love. I'm actually empathetic. So that witchcraft of put your sins onto Jesus didn't work very long for me because I started to question in my soul, if I'm a child of God and Jesus is a child of God, why would I put my sins onto him and not take responsibility for my own sins? The moment I started thinking about taking responsibility for my own sins, that led me to fasting like Jesus. Now I can see why none of these white people, none of these Americans, none of these Europeans want to fast. I can see it. I've been fasting for 4 years to get up to the point where I know who I am, to be able to make these series. I see why these Europeans don't want to fast. I see why Jewish Masons don't want to fast. They're lost in consuming. It's a simple difference of creation versus consumption. Mercury is creation because Mercury teaches you fasting. Masons are consumption. They teach you to sacrifice fasting because you're not supposed to talk to God. Mercury teaches you that fasting connects you directly to God. Masons teach you that only one person fasted to connect directly to God, and he sacrificed himself to the government. That's teaching you what God means, so you don't have to fast to do what he did. Now, you don't have to love yourself. You don't have to heal your body. All you have to do is support genocide, and now you can work your way into someone else's heaven. This is fundamentally, objectively, everything that the Jewish, Christian, Masonic, industrial revolution banking complex has everyone wrapped up in with these Latin languages. I'm so pissed off that I lost all this information. So, man, and like I feel like now I'm like sicker, I'm more congested because I got so angry. My voice is raspy. Your emotions build your body. This is why if you're not in a good emotional state, you're going to produce disease. Masons know this. This is why they want Americans stressed out. They give you bills because they want you to be ill. Masons know that they're using money to separate you from your space. They know that they're weaponizing everything that they stole from me as Metatron to teach you that you're not good enough. And all they're doing when they're teaching you that you're not good enough is making that real. If you were just learning directly from me, you would learn about how you are good enough because you actually create a body to share your good with the world. So you're proving to yourself that you're good enough because you're alive. The moment you feel like you're not good enough, you're going to be your own demon because now you're going to support people who are using your energy because they feel like they're good enough. And the only way that Jews and Masons and Christians and these Muslim religions these Judeo religions in general can use your energy to build their good is to keep telling you that you're not good enough. That's why they constantly project into you that you're of sin, that you need to worship their son, and that you can't connect to God on your own. That's why they don't teach you true Hermeticism, that you're already happy alone in your heaven. If they were just teaching you what they stole from me, they wouldn't be able to build a matrix off of your slavery because you wouldn't be scared about being alone in your space, and you would not be able to be convinced to work for them to go into a better space. So they literally had to weaponize people's souls against them. If you as a space don't want to be alone in your own soul, then it's easy for you to get manipulated by someone else who tells you that you can see other people's souls because you don't know what a soul is at that point. Or you're going to be able to tell other people that you can see all of them and that you're psychic because a Mason wants to believe that we're all created by one God. So now you claim that you can see everyone's imagination and how they feel about their imaginations only purely because you see their body. So now you're always getting lost in your feelings about the body. This is how Jews created racism to justify genocide. This is the whole space that racism was created from. And of course, I'm not surprised that YouTube gave me a strike for creating a video talking about the history of how Jews created racism out of their religion. They're telling me that that's hate speech when I can literally watch videos of people getting killed on YouTube. I can watch hateful, racist shit on YouTube, but when I speak history facts, YouTube blocks me, TikTok blocks me. I've already been shut down on TikTok for talking about the history of the N-word. Like literally, I've been shut down on TikTok for talking about the history of the N-word. Yet, right after I got shut down on TikTok for talking about the history of the N-word, they showed me a video of a white person literally calling a black person the N-word and then a black person beating him up. They took down my educational video for inciting violence, but they didn't take down a video of a white person violently calling a black person nigger and a black person violently beating him up. TikTok boosted that video, so it got millions of views. That video got so big, my mom watched it and talked to me about it. But my educational videos on how history was manifested, they get shut down for being hateful. This is the imagination of a Jew. This is a Jewish imagination, me being on the internet right now, where they can project how I'm not good enough and how they use my ideas to teach me that I'm not creative. But then they steal all my creations and suppress me because they don't want me to connect with others. They need to consume how I connect with myself. That's the whole point of the metaverse. They don't want you to connect with other people, but they have to weaponize how you connect with other people to be able to consume how you connect with yourself. So that's the whole point of them building religions and stealing everything from Mercury and me having to consistently do these videos that are stolen from me, even though I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to be here doing this. But because I was called away by this simulation, I have to, because it's my responsibility. Because I'm the only space that has the power to communicate these things. It's now my fucking responsibility to go through all these trials and tribulations and fucked up negative circumstances just so that I can connect with you on your level. I hate this world. I hate being alive here. So this is a part 4 now. We had a part 3. The part 3 was perfect. I'm going to make this a part 4 because I just spent this part 3 having to process how so much of my time, energy, and emotional attention is stolen from me, and no one can see it. No one can see all that fire and water that I'm processing until I intentionally keep using my mind to communicate through the body, which is me spending more time. If you're saying you can see my soul, you're saying that you can see how I spend time, which is fundamentally a lie, not true. You cannot see how I spend my time. Anyone who's telling you that they can see how you spend your time is a fucking liar. Because the moment I build a video, you're going to be like, I can see how you spend your time. I can see your soul. But you can't see that I just spent 3 hours building way other and better videos. To me, I'm trying to make this video better, but to me this video is worse because now I'm complaining instead of just doing what I already fucking did. So part 4 is going to be me addressing this page again and whatever with my raspy, lost voice. Based on me having to scream out my emotions due to having all my time, energy, and information stolen by Masons who need to cannibalize the body of Christ because they don't want to be happy alone. That's why they built the metaverse. That's why they built these phones. That's why they invade indigenous lands. And then they shadow ban me for talking about how they made their religion real. They shadow ban me and strike me for talking about the objective history of how they spread their empire. But then I was forced to sit through school and learn their lies. They can teach me lies, but I can't teach the truth. This is the hell that I'm in. I don't want to be here. I hate being alive here. I hate it. But I'm forced to be alive here because I was called here to be alive and share my mind. Otherwise, my mind would be alone in this space. So I'm supposed to use this body to share what would otherwise not be able to be shared. So fuck it. Great. People are going to see these videos anyway, whatever. I guess we're going to build, people will know how to use their chakras to walk on water for themselves. So whatever, visit chaseyourgenes.com if you want to learn the full ass truth of everything that I'm communicating about here in Internet Investigations. We will be right back with a part 4 of episode 15. I am your psychedelic psychopomp. Chase Clarence Calloway, Ahura Mazda, the Metatron star, Mind of Mercury. We will be right back where we will now, once we get into the 4th part, part D, we will address everything that I already shared in gold in that other hour and a half that was stolen from me about how the number system, fire, water, air, earth, metal, flesh, and everything that I talk about correlate to the Amesha Spences. And how I, as Ahura Mazda, am communicating with you. I'm using the chakra system to communicate with you about how your chakras are your messengers of God. So each chakra that you have is a messenger of how you feel about your individuality. So the point of your chakra is to channel chi through the body. So your mind is always sending messages on what's happening internally. That's your fire and water. So no one can see your fire and water. No one can see what's going on internally. You have to use your mind to channel your chi and conduct your prana through a body that can materialize as matter. So that's all very intentional work based on how you're cycling with your own ego and soul. No one can see your ego. No one can see your soul. People can only see your body. Your soul is flowing, so your body can be showing. And then this is where your space is knowing. Because once you know that your soul is flowing, you can make a body that shows how you feel about your space. But you would have to understand the paradox here is knowing that no one can see how you feel about your space. Everyone can only see how they feel about their own space. So it doesn't matter how awesome your creation is. If people want to use your structure to My God, my body's so messed up from being upset and screaming. If people want to use your structure, fuck. I did this perfectly. I hate this. I hate that they did. I hate that my time is taken from me. I hate that all my creations and ideas are stolen from me. I hate that everything is stolen from me and is used to spread genocide and evil, and I'm supposed to support it because I'm not supposed to be the creator of my own ideas. Fuck! No one can see how I feel in my own space because no one can see my soul. That's fire and water. It takes me using my ego to choose to communicate how I feel about my space to create the air that can materialize as the mind. So this is why it's important to know that your soul is your chakra, and once you conduct your chi so that you can feel like expressing how you connect with your space, this is you building the bodies that allow your chakras to be made real. So now you have your mind, you have your brain body, you have your head body, you have your heart body, your lung bodies, your intestine bodies, right? And in general, you just have a bunch of different bodies that make up this simulation, and all these bodies have their own chakras. So this is why every body is created by the messenger of God, and just the fact that you're experiencing life as a physical structure means that you yourself are the child of God. So they stole all this shit from me, and now I don't even get to build the structure to communicate the first time because they get to use this technology that they stole from me to steal more of my imagination, more of my energy, more of my ideas. And I'm forced to produce more because I'm literally living that black lifestyle of being in poverty and having to do twice as much to get half the credit. I hate this. I really hate being here. Much love. I'm going to persevere and go into part 4 because I'm forced to do this because this is why I was born. See you soon. Yeah.